My dear friends, welcome to Rajshekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 330. In this lecture, I will continue my discussion on naive-Bayes classification algorithm. Since we learned theory of naive-Bayes classification algorithm in my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 229. In this lecture, we will try to apply that theory to a problem so that we can understand this naive-Bayes algorithm in better manner. This might seem like a toy problem, but it is very important problem. I collected this from a website, I can say a blog. Just see what is that blog name? shorterline.com/blog. I am recording this particular lecture from this particular blog. This is a very good blog. He explained this blog is explained this particular naive-Bayes classification algorithm very well. I can say it's a very nice explanation. Anybody can understand this explanation. Here it is explained very clearly. I can say here I have how many features I have. Just see, there are feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, feature 4. Which one is feature 1? Outlook is feature 1, temperature is feature 2, humidity is feature 3, wind is feature 4. What are the possible values for feature 1? Feature 1 possible values: sunny, overcast, rain. Feature 2, that is temperature possible value. How many possible values are there for temperature? 3. Hot, mild, cool. How many values for humidity? There are 2 values: high humidity, normal humidity. How many possible values for wind? There are 2 possible values: weak and strong. We have 14 days data. Just observe carefully. We have data of day 1 to day 14. What does it mean? What does it mean? We have 14 days data. Here, response is whether it is good time to play or not. This is my response variable, isn't it? I can say it is my class variable, isn't it? What is response variable here? Response is whether it is good time to play. That is my response variable. I can say response variable means yi. Here, what are the possible values for yi? No, yes. There are only 2 possible values for yi. Therefore, as it has got only 2 possible values for response variable, that is yi, I can say this is binary classification task with how many features? With 4 features. These F1, F2, F3, F4, these features are basically categorical features. What are the categories? What are the categories for F1? For F1 categories is sunny, overcast, and these are 3 categories for F1. What are the categories for F2? Hot is a category, mild is a category, cool is a category. For F3, that is humidity, categories are high, normal. For wind, that is feature 4, which has got 2 categories, weak and strong. These are the categories. We are doing a binary classification. You can apply naive-Bayes for any type of data, but applying for categorical data is easy. With categorical data, it is easier to understand the intuition behind this particular algorithm. This is the problem at hand. For every problem, there is a training stage and testing stage. There are 2 stages, training stage and testing stage. Even people used to call evaluation stage. Recall, for k nearest neighborhood, there is no training stage. If you use a KD tree, building a KD tree is a part of training. Test is basically given a query point, we want to evaluate to what class it belongs to. Training phase is also called as, just see, this training phase is also called as learning phase. What is the task here? Let's understand. In the training phase, what we will do, let's not forget what is the task. Our task is probability of the class label. What is our task? Probability of play equal to yes for given query xq, probability for play equal to no for the given query xq. These are two probabilities. I must evaluate these two probabilities, isn't it? These are two probabilities I want to compute. If probability of play equal to yes given query xq, if it is greater than probability of play equal to no for given query xq, then I will declare for my query point xq belongs to yq, which is equal to play equal to yes. What is the reason? Why am I declaring its class is yes class? Reason is, if this probability corresponding to yes, if it is bigger than probability corresponding to play equal to no, in that case that yq corresponding to xq will be yes. If probability of play equal to no for given xq, if it is greater than probability of play equal to yes for given xq, then in that case I can declare yq as no class. If whichever is bigger in these two values, whichever is bigger, that label I will assign to my query point. Then I will declare for my xq gives yq. If first one is, as I told you, first one is bigger than second one, I can say my yq equal to play equal to yes, isn't it? That is my class label. S will be my class label. That is MAP. That's what we discussed in my previous lecture. That is maximum a posteriority method, isn't it? Just recall my previous lecture so that you can understand. We already discussed the theory behind this particular problem in my previous lecture, isn't it? Just see this one. What you have to do here, you have to compute what you have to compute in training phase. What we do here, we compute simple table like this. This is a part of training. What do we do in these tables? What we compute in these tables are known as, in these tables we will calculate likelihoods. What is likelihood? Just we will calculate likelihoods. Likelihoods means we have to calculate probabilities. I can say likelihoods are nothing but probability of a feature given class label. My data point has 4 features. How many features my data point has got? F1, F2, F3, F4, 4 features, isn't it? F1, what I have to do, I must calculate probability of C given feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, feature 4. Given a data point with these 4 features, given a data point, this is important, given a data point with feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, feature 4, given an query point xq, with these 4 features, I have to compute probability of C for given, I can say F1, F2, F3, this I can say this is xq, isn't it? That is xq. I must calculate probability of C given xq, means query point with 4 features, F1, F2, F3, so on, F4. This probability is nothing but, just see, this is the probability I already discussed in my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 229. Probability of C given F1, F2, F3, comma F4 is proportional to probability of F1 given C, probability of F2 given C, probability of F3 given C, probability of F4 given C into probability of C. This we saw in Naive classification algorithm in my previous lecture. This is what we saw at the end of lecture number 229. From Naive, this we derived probability of Ck given x2, x3, so on xn. x1, x2, xn, these are known as features, isn't it? These are features, f1, f2, f3, f4, something like. Probability of Ck is proportional to probability of Ck into, I must multiply p of xi into Ck for I equal to 1 to n. Probability of my class label, probability of Ck means what? My final probability, this is my final probability. This is my final probability. My final probability is proportional to probability of my class label multiplied by probability of each of the features. Here xi are the features, x1, x2, x3, so on, xn are features given my class label ck. I just copied the same formula. I just copied this formula. I just copied the same formula here without making much fuss about it. To compute this, what all would I need? What all would I need? We will try to understand what I need, how I can calculate. First, we will try to calculate probability of C. C means what? My class. How many classes are there? There are two classes. One class is S class and another class is no class. How many S classes are there in this particular data set? There are 9 S classes. Therefore, probability of class equal to S. There are 9. Totally, there are 14 labels. That is 9 by 14. In similar manner, probability of C equal to no. How many no's are there? There are 5 no's. Therefore, I can say that is 5 by total number of labels are 14. I can say that is 5 by 14, isn't it? These probabilities are called. Now, what I have to calculate? I must calculate likelihood probabilities, in which I already calculated probability of C. Probability of C equal to S. Probability of C equal to no. Now I must calculate probability of F1 for given C, probability of F2 for given C, probability of F3 for given C, probability of F4 for given C. It is simple. From my training data set, I can always calculate how many features I have. I have 4 features. Out of these 4 features, just see here, let me say Outlook is one feature. This is feature 1. I must construct these type of tables for 4 features. My feature 1 is Outlook, which is equal to, what are the possible values Outlook? Outlook can take sunny, Outlook can take overcast, Outlook can take rain. These are 3 possible values, isn't it? What does it mean? Just see here, it is simple and straightforward. Probability of Outlook equal to sunny. Just see, my Outlook equal to sunny. Given class label equal to yes. What is my given class label? Probability in class. Class label play equal to S. That is 2 by 9. How will I get this one? Just see this one. Outlook equal to what is Outlook? Sunny. This is Outlook equal to sunny, but I need class label yes, but this is no. This is probability of Outlook equal to sunny, but your class label is no, but I need class label equal to yes. Probability of this Outlook equal to sunny, this class label is no, I don't want. I need class C equal to yes. Again, probability, this Outlook equal to sunny, yes, I need this one. Again, Outlook equal to sunny and its class label yes. How many are there? There are only two favorable cases. Totally, how many are there? There are 9. 2 by 9. This is, in this manner, you can calculate probabilities, isn't it? Probability of Outlook equal to sunny, probability of Outlook equal to overcast, probability of Outlook equal to rain. This particular columns I copied my training data set, which I have shown in my first slide. I have to calculate all probabilities from this particular training data set. Not only for this Outlook, I must calculate probabilities. This calculation of probability is simple and straightforward. Just refer this table, you can understand everything. In that manner, even probability of Outlook equal to overcast, isn't it? What is my Outlook? This is my overcast. Probability of Outlook equal to overcast, and given C equal to S. C equal to S means this C equal to S, isn't it? Probability of Outlook equal to overcast. This is overcast, and what is class label? Yes. This is second one. Again, overcast. Yes. Overcast. Yes. How many favorable cases? 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, total 4, favorable 4, total 9. In that manner, by using training data, I can calculate all this probability. Just apply same logic. How many features I am having? I have 4 features. My first feature, what is my first feature? Just say Outlook. For outlook is my first feature, and this is temperature is my second feature, humidity is my third feature, wind is my fourth feature. Just take the training data set with that 4 features and binary class labels. Anybody, an elementary student, can calculate these probabilities by using this training data set. I can always calculate these likelihoods, these probabilities. Now we can also calculate P of class play equal to S and play equal to no. How can I calculate? This is play equal to S. How many S's are there? 9 S's. How many no's are there? 5 no's. That is probability of yes is 9 by 14. Probability of no is 5 by 14. I already discussed this one. Now, in classification phase, I can say this is after training with the help of training phase. With the help of training phase, I already calculated these tables. All these tables I constructed with the help of training data set. Now, let me take a query, testing query. Let me say my query point xq. My xq is this one. Let me assume my query point is x dash. Let me assume what it says outlook equal to sunny. This outlook equal to sunny. Temperature equal to cool, humidity equal to high, wind equal to strong. These are the features. Now I have to find, these are the feature values. I must find whether it is belong to S class or whether it is belongs to no class. What I have to do, I must calculate probabilities as MAP rule. I already discussed in my previous lecture. Now what am I doing? I have to calculate 2 probabilities. One is class play equal to S probability for given query point x dash. I must also calculate probability of class play equal to no for given query point xq. Whichever is bigger, that bigger value, if I get whichever is, I must compare these 2 probabilities. I must assign class label to this x dash, or I must assign class label to this xq, that bigger value probability class, isn't it? It's simple. I already discussed this one, these formulas in my previous class. What it says, this is simple and straightforward. Just say this one. This is nothing but P of probability of F1 given C. What is my class label? Yes, my feature 1 sunny, isn't it? What is my feature 1 value? Sunny. Probability of feature 2 value? Cool. What is its class label? I am checking for S. This is a binary classification problem. Again, probability of feature 3. What is my feature 3? High, isn't it? Why high means humidity. Humidity is feature whose value is high. Probability of feature 4. My feature 4 is wind whose value is strong. I am checking for strong, and for which class I am checking? For play equal to S into probability of class play equal to S, probability of C. This I already discussed the formula in my previous lecture also. It is simple and straightforward. I already calculated these probabilities by using training data. By using training data, I calculated these probabilities. Once if I calculate these probabilities, next I can proceed for same P class play equal to no. This is my x dash. X dash is my query point. What is my query point? I have shown that query point in my previous slide. What is my query point? Sunny and cool, high, strong, isn't it? That's what my given query point. But here my class label is no. That's why class label is no. Class label is no. This sunny, cool, high, strong. These are the values of features. And this what is my class? Class P of class play equal to no. This is the formula which I discussed in my previous lecture. Once if I calculate, I am getting 0.0205. Now which one is bigger? P of class play equal to x given x dash is less than, just see which one is less than? P of class play equal to s for given x dash is less than P of class play equal to no for given x dash. Therefore, which one is bigger? No is bigger. Therefore, my query point x dash, my query point xq belongs to which class? It belongs to no class. Why? Because its corresponding probability is bigger. This is 0.0205. This is a probability for no class, whereas probability for S class is 0.0053. Isn't it? 0.0053. This earlier 0.0053. 0.0053 is less than 0.0205, means no probability is higher. Therefore, my query point belongs to no class. How many classes do I have? I have only 2 classes. One class S class, another class no class. That is binary classification. Whichever is getting higher probability, here no class is getting your higher probability. Therefore, I can say my query point belongs to no class. How I got all these probabilities? I calculated these probabilities from my training data set by using those tables. Just go through this lecture. This lecture explains significance of our naive-Bayes classification algorithm. If you have any difficulty, please keep a comment so that we will try to, I will answer it. Thank you very much.